the revolution crushed.
Then we need the Dodger.
Dodger.
That no noise. We don't want that shit. Yeah, we have to talk into him in his language now. I had to learn it for him. He said would just sometimes ignore orders. I would give him instructions and stuff. Like, no comprende.
Ya puta
Wow.
He would say it. Then I had to learn his language. Now there's no excuse.
I understand English perfectly.
Assalamu alaikum, welcome to the show. Sheikh,
Yes, sir.
how are you?
I'm here. I'm here.
You're paying very attentively to me this time.
Yeah.
It always throws me off when you're looking at
You're
me.
very handsome, mashallah. I can't help it.
Folks, please be so kind and throw a like on that video and comment in the comment section below with your thoughts on the show. We have a wonderful episode for you guys. We have, first of all, let's talk about our Sheikh here, Sheikh Amr. And then let's also introduce our
Talk
other
about
Sheikh.
me. Why do you want to
No,
talk
I'll
about
just introduce you, Sheikh. That's what I meant.
This is, how many episodes have we been in? I don't think I can.
Yeah, well, I meant to say, let's introduce our Sheikh because we want to make sure that you are,
You made it to the show.
you
on
made
time.
it to the show.
Oh, mashallah. What about the real Sheikh, though, that's sitting in front of us? Can we talk about him a little bit? Tommy Hilfiger sweater, mashallah. Anyways, go ahead.
I'm leaving.
So, anyways, yeah, bismillah.
All right, we have Brother Farhan from a organization very well known in Chicago
Alhamdulillah.
that is working with a lot of the people who are struggling, who are homeless, who need food. His organization has made waves through virtually every mosque across Chicago where no one doesn't know of what this organization does. We're incredibly pleased and honored to have Brother Farhan with us. Assalamu alaikum, welcome to the show.
Walaikum salam. It's my honor to be here amongst you. Great
It is.
people.
It happened, mashallah, finally.
Brother Farhan, you first started this whole endeavor you were just going around the mosque and you had this business called AVCS,
Correct.
as I understand it.
Yeah.
You were doing audio video for a lot of different mosques and getting them set up. You always wonder who's the guy who sets these guys up.
Yeah.
It's you. It's like,
Yeah, I have an audio video engineering background, so.
you got a great radio voice too. Have you
He
ever thought
does.
about
Yeah, I
getting
just
into
thought about that.
programming?
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, when
It's
I got
very
time,
warm.
maybe I'll put it on the list.
I can imagine you on like a late night jazz
Oh
station.
boy,
You know?
Yeah, nice Barry White
Yeah.
voice.
get me in trouble.
We call that in the industry orotund. It's like it's a very rounded, deep voice.
Yeah.
So it's called orotund.
Overall ton.
So you got a
on the way
very
here-
orotund voice.
On the way here, I was talking to Sheikh Omar Haqqani. He's like, he was saying, basically, anybody who's seen or heard audio systems in the masjids of Chicagoland area and outwards, not just masjids, you're gonna have Farhan's name attached to it somewhere, inshallah. So,
Inshallah.
Yeah.
It's, I take, honestly, I take a lot of pride into it, man. When I walk into a masjid, I don't know about when I leave the system because, you know, you guys know how the masjid is. Everyone wants to touch the little knobs, but wallahi, I enjoy walking into a masjid and hearing the qiraat, and it's beautiful when it's what's done right.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And I actually take pride in it. It's, to me, it's not, that side's not even a business side. Actually, everyone who knows me knows that it's at cost or I lose money doing these systems. But when I walk in, it's a whole different feeling.
But there's got to be some mosques you don't really like, and you got to charge them, right?
Well,
unless you don't like, so you gotta charge them. What a nice way to ask the question.
everything has been, alhamdulillah, every masjid has been at cost or under at cost.
Okay, I got some masjids on my list that I want you to charge because we don't like them.
No, don't say that, bro.
So when you say you set up the AV system for them, like what did you do? Just install the speakers and the microphone, or you design a system for them?
So a
or
lot
what
of
do you do?
times it's mixed. I'll give you an example, like ISNS, they let me kind of free engineer it. I really appreciate that, you know. So we went in and did multiple zones so everyone gets a good experience over there. But it's full engineering, like from blank piece of paper, give me the map, and I'll design the whole system, hallways, video systems, everything, how everything's going to work. And then there's some systems where they hired somebody else who said they were a specific engineer, and then I feel bad because they already wasted all this money, and then they call me to fix it, and then I'm just putting bandages on.
Disaster recovery.
It's tough, but I enjoy it. So I still enjoy it.
AV is I feel like been to so many masajids and organizations. I feel like this is one of the most overlooked area when it comes to budgeting for the masjid. They feel like as long as we have some sort of sound system, even though it may be from Radio Shack back in the day, as long as we hear some volume, we're fine with it. But I think most people don't realize the importance of a good quality audio system in the masjid.
Absolutely.
And that every masjid should have, because at the end of the day, most of the musallis that are at the masjid, whether they have a good reciter or not, it makes a difference.
There's a difference, yeah.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah, absolutely. And when I talk to the people who are leading, especially Tarawih, right? It's very hard. I mean, I'm sure you guys know that it's like a marathon. And if you're screaming into a microphone that a system doesn't allow you to give you what you're looking for for 2 hours, right? And you're trying to pace your breath and everything like that, that's exhausting every day for 30 days at least. Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah, and sometimes I realized the importance of it like a little over a decade ago when you're like in the masjid, you're in the middle of the masjid and you hear it well, and then you just go like 10 feet to the left or 10 feet to the right of the center, then everything's just all mumbled and jumbled together, right? So if you can kind of walk us through, look, when the first time I had met you and I saw you were wearing your company T-shirt and you were chilling. You were working on audio system. I think it was at a dinner, a fundraising dinner or something.
Oh, I'm surprised you remember this, by the way.
Yeah, I don't know. This is when I knew it, because the reason I want to talk about, there's multiple journeys that you're on right now, right?
Yeah, alhamdulillah.
And one of them you're wearing the sweatshirt for. So, but before we even get into Shy Care, what started all of this? I mean,
to be honest, I used to do IT before, and after
this is what, like early 2000s.
Early 2000s. I was in IT, as 90% of the people were, right? And I had just gotten married and had a night shift at a hospital, at Hinsdale Hospital, and I was working night shift there, and it's 7-day Adventist hospital, so they were centralizing all their operations to Florida.
I see.
And I had somebody working at Midwestern University, and they said, "Why don't you come over here and join our IT team there?" So I said, "Okay, cool." And plus, it was night shift, and I just got married, so it's horrible, So I jumped and went into Midwestern, and then basically that job kind of dissolved within months. And then I already knew a lot of people there, and they're like, "Hey, there's this AV tech job." I'm like, "What's an AV tech? What does AV tech do?" And quickly learned the job. So I'm like, "Yeah, I do car audio. I put in some speakers and all that stuff." So it started there. And then the first year or two, basically, they didn't have a certified person to fix all their stuff, because all the stuff that would break, they would hire an outside company. So at Midwestern, I said, "Hey," after I got the job as a tech, I said, "Hey, can I start fixing these things? Like, if it's already broken, take them apart, solder them, learn all the stuff." And long story short, they sent me to take all the exams. I passed all my tests, got certified. And on top of it, you need somebody certified for all these systems, right? It's a medical university, so it's very intense with their systems. So they need to have a certified person designing their systems. So it all came together, and I got my practice there, and that's where it just shot off.
And when did you start your audiovisual company?
2004 was my job. And 2004 was AVCS as well.
That's awesome.
I needed the side money. My wife couldn't work because she had come from Canada.
Got it.
And ever since then, that journey has been, I've never been a person with one job. Never had a job.
How did you get involved in like the masjid scene and like the Muslim organization scene?
Oh, yeah. So that, I don't remember the first time, but I know I started getting calls of saying, "Hey, can you fix this? Can you fix that?"
Are those calls usually the night before Ramadan starts?
you asked me that question because you know. There's times to answer that yes, and there's times where I'm about to pray and somebody will put my hands down. Wallahi, this happened to me.
My hands down.
I'm about to raise my hands, and someone put my hand down. Like, Brother Farhan, oh, good thing you're here. Can you take care of this first? I said, bro, I gotta pray. Like, no, you gotta take care of this. I'm like, dude, I gotta pray.
Wow.
Yeah, it's true.
I bet at Eid time, with the moon and everything.
Oh man,
that's got to be chaotic, right?
It's very chaotic, man. It's very stressful. Wallah, I haven't celebrated Eid in 20 years.
Get out of here. Are you serious?
Yeah, and I feel really bad for my wife and kids, man. At the end of the day, you guys, it takes a toll on them. People don't know the back end of this stuff. I don't even sleep from that to I sleep after Eid, and then if there's two different moon sighting things that all that stuff, and then it's, oh my god, I don't sleep for 3 days.
Whoa.
So it's not just one masjid, it's multiple masjids basically.
It's multiple masjid, but in my experience, and you can agree or disagree, I feel like a lot of this is unfortunately self-inflicted at a lot of the masajids, because every board member happens to be an AV engineer at all the masjids, and they already they mess around with everything.
Yeah.
When it's not working, then he gets the call.
Yeah.
That's where you're mentioning the dials and the knobs.
Yeah, dials, knobs, wires, and just one more major thing, man, about this AV thing. I won't mention, but there's masjids that I'll go out there and say they spent $75,000 to $100,000 on their chandelier or decor, and they put $15,000 for their AV budget. And I'm just like, whoa, like. This is one of the most important things, like we mentioned before, how sound is, how people can hear you, especially if you're giving a khutbah, if you're giving a live talk, you're trying to spread this knowledge that no one can hear or see, right? If you have a presentation, it's very important. And remember, in the Islamic world, we use AV the most, minimum 5 times a day.
Yeah.
Why is it that some of these mashayikh, with all due respect, when they go down sujood, the microphone goes crazy, like scream. Because what did they do wrong? Tell us.
It's very simple.
I thought a jinn came. Wallah, we thought
probably for sure
the
too.
Iblis was infecting the sujood because he doesn't like it.
No, it's usually the gain's too high on the microphone. The setting is off. And to be honest,
but what about the act of prostration is bothering the microphone?
Everybody wears a wrong mic. How about that? Everybody wears a wrong mic.
What should be the right mic?
A headset.
A headset
Look,
for the
microphone. The one that
headset right here.
Oh,
I've seen that.
I just
not here though.
The shabab is not going to like that.
I just reverted some people to headsets.
Is that all it is?
That's all it is, man.
We did that
at Masjid Uthman, and it's great. Everyone said that some people won't like it. I said, just try it. I'm like,
wait, is it going to be like a gamer headset where you got the microphone?
No, simple headset.
No, it's just the one side that they clip that holds on here and it goes like this.
No, it's a headset or a neck set, because it can go in the back of your head or it can just be around your ear. Very comfortable. You won't even feel like it's on.
But why do people have a problem with it? Like you're saying that they don't like it.
They just wear
some of the imams are wearing the headgear.
No, but it doesn't even. It still doesn't bother them.
It's not convenient.
They don't want to feel like a telemarketer. That's what it is.
It's not convenient.
They don't want to look like a telemarketer.
It doesn't look.
But they'll wear a lavalier that's made for interviews.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then the wires hanging down and all this stuff. And
that's right. Those are made for interviews.
Yeah, they're not made for that. Everyone wants a lavalier, and then they have darties, right? So these darties are covering over.
It'll scrape.
Imagine your voice. It's down here.
Can you clip it in the beard then?
You can. That's the best.
But I've seen someone do it, but it crackle makes a crackling noise and it moves.
Well,
So-
that's
a problem.
That's for a dry beard.
So they move into sujood. The lavalier that they're wearing, is it creating like an echo down there?
No. So what happens? It gets covered up. So if I cover up this microphone, the gain's not too high in here. But if you cover up a microphone,
Yeah.
it's looking for sound, right? There's a gain pattern, right?
Yeah.
So imagine you're covering up a microphone, and that's what's causing that noise.
Wow.
Dang, that's kind of crazy. So when you're there's one scenario I think which is really awesome because you get a chance to do what you are good at doing is, hey, take our system and build an audio system based on how you like it to be, like as ISNS does.
Yeah.
But how often are you in that situation where an organization says, "Hey, this is all we have.
Yeah.
If you need us to get anything else,
Every
do it."
week.
Okay.
Every week.
And that's the most work.
I just got to call.
Because you got to build it ground up, right?
Well, no, or deal with what they got. They've already spent the money, and you got to kind of. For me, it's. You have to remember, for me, that side is not a business side. For me, that side is my Islamic side, right? It's like, man, I want people to walk in. I want people to smile. I want the reciter to be at ease, and enjoy. Like,
That's awesome.
That's really what it's about, man. I mean, you walk into a masjid, you want people to enjoy it. Forget the money, forget all that. And I take on so many jobs that, yeah.
Do you have any massages or organizations that don't have the budget, or they blew the budget, or they hired the wrong person, and now they've called you, okay, and they expect you to fix it,
Yeah.
and not only fix it but make it better than what it was before, and they try to bully you,
Yes.
into brother, do it fi sabilillah.
Yeah, all the time.
Fi sabilillah, brother.
All the time.
As I
But
say,
this
I
is the
think
beauty of having this now. And I say, look, man, you want to do something? I need you to do something for Shaikir.
Oh,
And
that's
that's what the last
beautiful.
5 years has been. Alhamdulillah. It's such a great honor to switch over and just say, hey, you want this? Even when there's events now there's events, it's in my contract that I put down
Shaikir.
that, yeah, if you want a discount, you got to give us a Shaikir booth, a table,
Allah
some shout out, something.
Legit.
I mean, this is how we grow.
This
And,
guy's
and,
smart, too.
and think about it.
The
Shaikir side, there's no money. I've never taken a penny from that either. So the point is to show awareness to people that how important it is. You can do business, but while you're doing business, it's your job to do sadaqah. And sadaqah is not just money to me, right? Sadaqah is knowledge, awareness, pushing the service value out there. It's required, man. So if you got a business, you have to do this in some shape or form.
So since we got into Shaikir, I mean, how did all this begin?
Oh boy.
Yeah, I mean,
alhamdulillah.
You said it's been 5 years now, so
Yeah, over 5 years.
yeah.
So
what was
officially
driving?
So alhamdulillah, me and brother Asif were at ICW, and I already had started feeding people, homeless individuals on the side a year or two prior. Because I do AV, I would set up a show, and if you're lucky, then you have some time in between. And while I'm sitting there eating, someone will knock on their door if you're in the city and say, hey, can I have some money? And you don't want to pass out money. And, so the next time I learned, I got two burgers. The next time after that, I got 5 burgers. Next time after that, I'm sitting there with 10 burgers, sitting in the car, waiting for an event to start and people just stopping by. So that started a process of me waiting for events to start, sitting in Chicago or something, random.
You mean on your door? They're knocking on your door. They stop by and just hand them
in
a
the
burger?
in the car, because my brakes would be in my truck or in my car. So they stop by and they want money, but you give them a meal. So that's right. Started over kind of with that, and then while I was at ICW, I'm a big fan of serving people, right? And so is brother Asif. So when we were at ICW, we out there, and I found out that he was doing kind of the same thing too. So I sat down with him and I told him, hey man, I want to do this, and I'm not a person of much money. So alhamdulillah, he had some extra money to support the project, and he said, let's do this. He's like, I believe in this mission, and we're both doing it, and I believe in you, and it's really thanks to Asif too, man, that this started
Mashallah.
off. And
That's amazing.
The confidence kind of came in with him as well, and he said he put his own money into it. It's like, we're gonna do this.
When you're in your car and trying to eat, you could have just reclined your chair all the way in the back and let no one see you.
Yeah. I think a lot of people do that.
And Shaikir wouldn't care. If he just reclined, there would be no Shaikir.
Yeah.
I picture Farhan like Wimpy from Popeye with a big plate of burgers.
Yeah.
Oh, homeless person gotta recline.
Astaghfirullah.
Astaghfirullah, bro. What the heck?
No, would it just be funny if he did that?
It'd be funny,
though? He doesn't do that.
I know.
But it would be funny if he did that.
Yeah.
How'd you come up with the name?
Honestly, I had already had this all planned out. Believe it or not, I wanted to do something in Pakistan first. I've never
Why?
been to Pakistan, just because my family was from there. But then there's a great organization that I support called Taqat, and I said, you know what? if I'm doing something in Pakistan, as a Muslim, like I already support that, and they support other projects as well. They're a great organization. But over here, I said, if you like, Surah Al-Ma'un, right? That I always go back to that. It's like, first, what are we doing here as Muslims? We call ourselves the best. We don't even have not even one organization that focuses on homelessness and orphans, right? ICNA Relief, which I'm a part of as well, which is another great organization. It was very tough for them to focus on homelessness, right? And alhamdulillah, they do a lot. But there was no main mission organization that focused on homelessness, and I was shocked. So for me as a Muslim, that's a big no-no. I'm like, man, we got to do it. But sorry, I'm bleeding into things.
No,
I wanted the name to be really cool, man. I wanted the name to be simple, and we live in the Shy. Yeah. And do you care about the Shy? So Shy care.
The Chirac.
Chirac too, yeah. But
I think one of the messages that the name gives, whether it's intentional or not, or I don't know if you even thought about that or not, is because, look, at the end of the day, you're leading this organization. There are a lot of Muslims working for this organization, and it's a form of dawah as well
100%.
that you are doing
100%
under this banner, Shy Care, which is inclusive of everyone. It's not just for Muslims. It's just not for
non-biased.
Hispanics. It's just not for Caucasians. It's not just for African Americans.
Yeah.
It's everyone. Have you ever thought about that, or was that
absolutely
part of your thought process?
No, we follow the Sunnah. So there's some policies in place, you guys. I study a lot on my own, but we can get into this a little later on. But my family is Catholic, Christian, Muslim, and atheist. So my family consists of Greeks, German, Pakistani, Indian, Latino. So I study a lot, but there's a commonality, right? But when you go into Islam, man, it's very tough, man. It's like it's very tough to explain to people, but it's very simple, man. You have to be non-biased. You have to go out there. You have to feed the people. These are the creations of Allah, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, and you follow the Sunnah. So what that means is you don't, and no dog on this, but you don't just pass out peanut butter and jelly sandwiches all the time, right? So you pass out what you want for yourself. Give to your brothers and sisters what you want for yourself, or even better, right? Take it to the next step. So that's the Sunnah that I'm talking about. And I wanted to correct you guys too, man. I know I started this organization, man. But alhamdulillah, our board is great, man. And I may be called like the lead and all this stuff, but man, the team is amazing, you guys. Wallahi, every person out there, they don't have to be there.
Yeah.
They don't have to be there, and they're there, and they've been there, and you guys don't know. I know the background stuff. Every person deserves everything, even every volunteer that comes out with us. Alhamdulillah.
Mashallah.
I appreciate everybody who comes out, our team, our volunteers, everything, because they don't have to do it, but they do it.
And one thing I think is just a nice touch with the Sprinter van that you guys have, the Shy Care.
Yeah,
whose idea was that? That thing's legit, man.
Yeah, the Sprinter van, man,
because that thing fits a lot of stuff.
The logo and all that stuff, I wanted to make sure we were on there, but yeah, the Sprinter van was great. Man, I don't know if it was whose idea it was, but my original idea was to get a FedEx truck.
Got it.
I used FedEx truck and actually serve meals out of there, which hopefully we'll probably end up doing, like having a hot meals truck too. But I don't remember exactly if it was.
It's just a nice touch when I saw it. I was like, that's a beautiful
nice.
touch.
It's very nice. We got blessed with it because right when we launched Shy Care, it was March 2020 officially as our 501c3. But Shy Care started before that. But alhamdulillah, it was a perfect timing. It's like Allah is the best of planners. Why? COVID started that month.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And we were only going to go out once a month, you guys.
And there's no more homeless people after COVID.
COVID was crazy, man. Everyone's walking around like zombies. Nobody's carrying cash. The homeless people are just dying on the streets, walking around. Nobody's in downtown now. And we're showing up with the van, and these guys are ecstatic. Those times, Allah has blessed me with those times, and blessed Asif and all of us, man. Brother Bashir, all these guys. And those times were the golden times because of blessings. Meaning, when we pulled up, oh my God, you guys, it was crazy. I still remember those times, and it was the best of. It was a very tough times, but it was the best of times.
So when you started this, I know you mentioned initially, one of your friends or co-founders, asked if he pitched in a little bit as well.
Yes.
But eventually, you need some sort of funding or some sort of capital or whatever you want to call it to maintain operations. I know you mentioned about COVID.
Yeah.
You thought you were going to do once a month, but then you realized that's not, the demand is much more than that. Yeah. So naturally that means, you're providing meals,
Yeah.
How is all that coming along?
It's tough.
Did people reach out to you? Because this is a time, you mentioned COVID, a lot of people were struggling. Even, a lot of restaurants are struggling, and there, a lot of them went down under. So
the system that we have created, alhamdulillah, was a great system, you guys. We were at that time, and don't dog me on this either. We were at that time getting McDonald's meals for $1. They had $1 cheeseburgers and McChicken sandwiches. So there was a great backfall. So if somebody did not show up, I'm going to McDonald's. At that time, of course, we're on the boycott and all that stuff now, but it was great at that time. So, but what happened was we had a brother who owned KFC in Lombard. He had given us one of our first grants right when we started.
Wow.
Alhamdulillah, and he covered I think up to $5,000 right when we started. All right, very good
for
brother.
Meals.
For meals, right away, right from his location. He owned the location, and then honestly, Mr. Brost pulled through a lot. Right there on Roosevelt Road, server, great brother. He was a huge supporter as well. And that's just in the beginning, guys. And alhamdulillah, we have great partners. But the plan was to give out full meals. And the support, just from that side, the food side was there. From the community, it was very tough. People were asking me a lot of questions. And I was just asking for $10 a month or $20 a month. And whatever risk we have, we supply whatever we come up with. If we have $100, we're gonna buy $100 worth.
Like what kind of questions were there?
I was just gonna ask. Yeah, what does that mean? Like,
oh, where are you gonna go? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna feed? Are you feeding only Muslims?
Because they're giving you the money, they want to make sure.
Yeah,
I see.
Yeah.
No, I think the questions were more trying to find an excuse not to give him the money.
Oh yeah, of course.
Not because they're giving the money where they know what he's doing. They know what he's asking the money for, but they want to make it hard for him.
Yeah, it's like Is
that right?
Yeah.
Or I don't want to speak on
not every. I mean, some people. I know. I can't name names, but I talked to one. Even Imam and another person, and they laughed in my face saying, "What are you gonna do with $10?" And up to this day, that person still hasn't donated, and they know. But they left, and they said, "You're gonna fail," telling me, and I said, "I'm never gonna fail because whatever we have, we're gonna distribute. It's as simple as that. If we have $100, if you have 100,000, you have 10,000, we have 1,000. It doesn't matter. We're gonna continue to do this stuff."
Wow,
that's how much committed we are. And going really quickly back to when we started, man, it was supposed to be 50 meals a month, and the first route we went out, we got rid of those 50 meals within an hour, and people are already asking, "Oh, you ran out of meals, and there's more people over there, and this and that," and we went to McDonald's and picked up another 25 sandwiches and went out. And then me and Asif looked at each other. Wallahi, I remember that day, and he said, "We can't do that. We gotta go out every week." And I remember that moment. And okay, we said Bismillah. We're gonna do it every week. And the week after, we started with 75 meals, and we continued. And then the numbers just went up.
What number are you at now?
Alhamdulillah, 2,000 to 3,000 meals a week.
Allahu Akbar.
Wow.
A week. Yeah.
So, can you talk about like what how does it change you, like doing the work that you're doing, like when you're meeting people who are so unfortunate? It's got to work on you spiritually, psychologically, reframe your thoughts on life. Tell us how it first started, like when you first began this, and then how you contextualize everything now.
This is a tough answer because, believe it or not, I still learn all the time. I don't go out as much. Before I was going out weekly, and you guys, there's always say Alhamdulillah. There's for a reason. say alhamdulillah all the time, you guys. It took a toll on me. It took a toll on everybody who comes out. And depending on what locations you go to, you just don't know what you're going to see, man. I mean, you see pregnant a lady who's about to give birth just sleeping there in an alley it's full of filth, and she's so happy that you show up there with a meal. It's you see everything, you guys. You know, I would come home and be fortunate that I'm taking a shower because it's COVID time too. On top of that, my wife was like, everybody, it's what is it called? Shelter in home?
Yeah.
Shelter in space or something like that, right? And I would come home and my wife would be freaked out. You're like, man, it's COVID and you're the only person out there. And I said, we have to do this, you know. And that was another battle. And I'd come home and I'd take a shower and feel so fortunate to just take a shower because where I just came from. And I would sit there and wallahi, man, I would cry in the shower. And I had to snap out of it because my kids were waiting to play video games or something with me.
Yeah.
And I'd had this, and my wife, and she's you know, may Allah bless her too, man, because she this whole 5 years, it's been a journey for her and my kids. It takes a toll on you guys. It takes a toll on you. My whole last 5 years, I've not given time to my family. You know, I still give them time, but not the fatherly time. But Allah knows best, and they know. They still support me all the time.
They see what you're doing.
They support me all the time, and without my wife and my kids recognizing too, but without my wife taking care of the kids, none of this would happen, you guys.
Yeah.
None of it would happen, and it's not easy.
No, I mean,
it's not easy. There's times that we just want to go to dinner or just go hang out, and she's like, "What happened?" And I said, "This happened. This is
changing the world."
Yeah, this is important.
Yeah.
you know, a lot of people just think about whenever this kind of work is being done, they think about, well, you know, these people, they're in the richest country in the world. How could you not figure it out here?
It's worse.
You know?
It's worse.
Yeah.
Think about it. If you're in the richest country in the world, and you still have people laying, I have people, you guys, to understand an orphan, the person will say, you know, in our religion, look how important it is, right? About miskeen and yatim, right? This word yatim, I studied this word. I'm not a scholar by anything, right? But this word yatim, it means to be alone too. So a person who's sitting there and who's alone, sleeping on the streets, he has become yatim. He has nobody, until you come along and you give them clothing, food, a smile, you know, sometimes a hug. That means the world to them, man. It means the world to them.
So, I was gonna ask you, in addition to food, is there any other thing?
Alhamdulillah, yeah.
Other things that you would supply or you take care of them?
Yeah, we started with food, and we didn't know what we were getting ourselves into. But it started with food, and then people were like, "Yo, man, I've been wearing the same underwear for 2-3 months." Okay, we got underwear, got socks. I see people's feet. Just imagine wearing your socks for 30 days and walking around everywhere. You know, we started doing socks, underwear, feminine hygiene products. Look at that. All the women out there, they don't have their stuff. They don't have cleanliness, and they want to feel clean, right? So we started passing out all feminine hygiene products. And then clothing, and alhamdulillah, the list goes on. And what we do, which is a big kicker, in winter, we pass out tents. We pass out tents all the time too. But we pass out heaters, propane.
Like when you say pass out, like you're just giving it to them, or
there's no.
You're giving it to them, then you're taking it back from them.
No, we don't. We give it's our gift to them. Heat. we're giving people life. We're giving people life. We're giving them heat. That's it. How comfortable we are.
Like a propane tank.
We have portable Mr. Heater, propane, Mr. Buddy. We've been passing that out from year one. Alhamdulillah. And the good ones too, not the ones, and the ones that are safe, that they fall over, indoor, outdoor, you know.
That will actually keep them warm and not kill them.
Keep them warm. That's gold to them, man.
Yeah, man.
You know?
Wow. I actually didn't know you guys did all that too. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, tents, jackets, blankets, all that stuff, and mostly new. We tried used once and didn't work out that well.
Well, if you're collecting from our community, it never works out.
Yeah.
Because
I'm gonna give it a shot.
To them,
one more
I
time.
don't know. Like, to them it's a I don't know how it how it happens, but they translate it anytime they see any collection that's happening for clothes, not just for you, for any organization. It means it's a closet cleanup day. So they bring all the dirty ones, all the unwashed ones, all the torn ones, and they dump it in the Mustang.
Me, Asif, brother Bashir, brother Miraj, we've spent nights. Somebody came and dumped all this clothes there when we were asking for clothes and stuff, and you guys.
You have to throw them away, probably.
Dirty, like used dirty underwear, clothing, mothers who had, it's
say no more.
Yeah,
say no more.
And we had to go clean. And I'm still gonna give it a shot, and I'll tell you why. I think our ummah is changing. I think we're finally. It's not that jahalat ban anymore, too, right? I don't mean to offend anybody, but it's not good. It's getting better.
We're way past that.
It's getting better.
No, I'm glad to hear it's getting better. But look,
the
what
people
you're saying,
the younger people have a little bit more cleanliness, common sense. Yeah. They don't want to pass out something dirty
I mean, I mentioned that because I know this. Working with so many massages and organizations, it's not your organization, right? Yeah. Any organization who's collecting, even for refugees, or you want to send overseas. I don't understand the thought process of someone. I'm gonna give my clothes to help them out, but I'm gonna make sure that they're the most dirtiest ones, the worst things that I have. I'm gonna go dump that off, and somehow I'm expecting to get rewarded for the great charity work that I've done.
I got mad at a person once who donated a few jackets, and they were all broken, and I happened to be there, and I look up at the guy.
The zippers and stuff like that.
The zipper was broken. I said, brother, why would you give this to a homeless person? Imagine it's such a tease. You can't even zip up the zipper, or buttons are missing or this and that. But I told the guy, I don't want this. And he's like, what? You don't want to give it to the homeless? I said, no. And I told him, like, man, you should be handing out things that you like yourself. Yeah. Things that just don't fit you, maybe. Something like that, No,
that's what I like about you. People don't know, Farhan, you say it like it is. That's what I like about you.
What did he say then?
Oh, he got mad at me and he said, I'm never donating to you again.
Thank God.
And I said,
helping us out.
I said, brother, no problem, And I still, I said, that's fine. That's fine. But I do believe that brother did start donating a couple of years after.
Because it's a bigger issue with the community. I know you said the community is changing. Hopefully, inshallah, that's true. I hope it is. But it's a bigger issue because this stems from a mindset that unfortunately a lot of people have, that the people who is in need is below us.
Yeah.
Okay? He's homeless.
They're lucky they're getting
they should be thankful and grateful that I'm giving him torn ripped jacket.
That's what they think.
He doesn't even deserve that, but I'm doing him a favor by giving him this thing. Yeah. That's the mind. That's where this comes from.
Remember, in Islam, we don't believe in class. At least the Islam that I believe, it does not have class in it. It's not there.
So one thing I was always intrigued about is every organization has their own culture, right? It's a beautiful thing. So a day in the life of Shakir, like what? No, I'm being serious. I'm actually trying to envision. I wish I never got a chance to go out with you guys, but what is it like? Like, do you guys go and pick up people, and then you guys carpool and you go to Chicago? Like, how does that work?
Service day.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically,
so is it every week? The service day is every week?
Every day now.
Every day now?
Every day. Every day.
Are you working a full-time job?
I'm working 2 full-time jobs every day. More than 2 full-time jobs.
In addition to this?
Yeah, I mean it. No joking. I work 2 full-time jobs. Shakir, alhamdulillah, the team does so much now, especially this last year and a half or 2 years. The team does a lot, you guys. So when you ask me that question, that's why I say the service day or the day in the life of Shakir. Because every day, if you look at my WhatsApp groups, just for Shakir alone, there's probably thousands of messages just every day. Wow. Thousands of messages. And everybody is pretty much a volunteer. Right now, alhamdulillah, we're paying for drivers and stuff like that. But you guys don't know, the back end of Shakir is insane.
Really?
Insane. Anybody who sees it, we've had people who left, who just couldn't handle it in their lives at that moment, right? But they were still gems, right? It's just too much at that time. But
Do you have like warehouse and stuff?
Yeah, alhamdulillah, we have a warehouse now in Bensonville. It's alhamdulillah, we have a warehouse packed.
So let's go back to the day. I'm really
day of life.
I'm pretty sure the warehouse comes in.
Maybe
there,
if you went with him for a day, you would know.
Yes. Have you gone with them?
Maybe.
No, maybe you could have talked about tell us
No,
a day.
you want to know.
A day in the service.
I think he just got caught up. I got his kids coming out.
No, I was hoping that he could tell us the service day.
No, I don't want to speak. I mean, he can tell you. So you go and experience it yourself.
Good.
So it's really simple, to be honest. We made it in a way that we wanted to make it very simple. So you sign up to volunteer, right? You pick a route. And I'll just give you our weekend route now, for example. And you show up at our warehouse, and we right now we can take roughly 8 people at a time, right, on our van, Sprinter van. Alhamdulillah, we have 5 of them now. Yeah, we have 5 of them. Alhamdulillah. So you pick a route, you help load up, get on the van at 10:30 a.m. roughly. We go to whatever.
Load up from the warehouse.
You load up from the warehouse. Food's not loaded up. This is all clothing, socks, underwear, hygiene, dental, whatever we are, and something special sometimes we have, right? Like blankets or something.
Yeah.
And then from there we go to get fresh food. We go to a restaurant. For example, Mr. Bros or whatever. Pita Inn or whatever, Pita, whatever. And we go to these locations and we'll pick up fresh food that was prepared that morning.
Subhanallah.
Right? And we load up the truck and then we head out to that route, and it, depending on where that route is going that day. So we already have routes, so we cover almost the entire Chicagoland area. We're still working on South Side because it's so large. But for example, Lower Wacker, downtown, that's a whole route, and we'll go down there and we'll serve 200-300 people. With all the volunteers on there. It's so simple. You just go out there, serve people.
Can the volunteers eat too?
The volunteers have to eat. That's my policy.
Oh, that's good.
It's the sunnah.
I'm gonna come
You
hungry.
eat what you are passing out.
Subhanallah.
You guys have to remember
That's
that.
beautiful.
You should be eating what you are serving. You know why? Because if for some reason you don't like it, you have to report it. If something's wrong with the food, you're a part of that too.
Food testing.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah. So all volunteers, they eat the same food that's being passed out.
That's legit, dude.
That's
Cool.
legit.
That's the sunnah, man. You guys, you should be passing out. You should be eating from the same pot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not a pot, but you know what I mean.
And how long does the route take? Let's say the Lower Wacker downtown. How long does that route?
So this is a whole other story, but I'll keep it short. A route used to take 8 hours. Now our routes are only like about 4 hours. 4 hours.
That's so long, yeah.
But when me and Asif and Bashir and Miraj and all of us used to go out, man, in the beginning, we had all the routes combined. So we'd leave at 10:30, and we don't know what time we'd come back. We'd be praying Asr and Maghrib on the streets, in alleys, just off the side of the highway. This and that. We wouldn't know where we were. Especially in Ramadan, the reward, man. We'd be out there and we'd be so hungry. There's like fresh biryani, right? From like Falak or something like that. This is one of another partner and stuff like that. Fresh biryani, imagine. All day you're just smelling this fresh biryani.
In Ramadan.
And we're like fasting.
Wow.
And it's already, and we're hoping, man, this sounds bad. We're hoping that there's a meal left, even though we don't want a meal left.
Yeah.
But we're just hoping, like, man.
It's human, bro. You're getting a chance to experience a human. What a great time to give food to people, bro, when you're fasting.
Live
You
your life,
actually realize.
live your life like your Ramadan,
Yeah,
and you
but
can fix yourself.
There's so much, dude. There's so much in that. There's you're giving what you actually can't have.
Yeah.
That's so amazing.
We have a special event, and you guys, now that I'm here, I want you guys to come out to the special event during Ramadan. We call it the Real Ramadan Iftar. And what we do is we have like the top 20 restaurants. They provide one item, and we have the best buffet. I mean, the best buffet in town. And we serve the miskin, yatim, and then we open up our fest with
Do you guys set up like a big table, like a huge table?
huge. Huge. I'll
It's
send
like
you
a
guys
block
clip.
party.
It is. Yep.
It's a big block party.
Did you come?
No, I know.
But you saw it?
I know a lot
probably
about
saw the
it
pictures
because
on
I saw a
Facebook.
very important comment or an objection on there
what?
from last year.
Oh,
I
boy.
think you need to address that because one
Oh,
of
man.
the viewers. One
He's
of
got
the
a good
viewers,
memory.
Yeah, but one of the
He remembers
viewers,
all the dirty stuff.
no, it's not dirty. It's constructive criticism, okay?
Yeah.
And it's more criticism on how you handle the situation or how you didn't handle the
Oh
situation.
boy.
Because the comment was, some of the sisters, the homeless sisters that are taking food, are not dressed appropriately.
Oh my God! How dare you,
Okay.
brother?
Why
Shai
did you not
Care.
enforce the hijab
What
on
happened to
them?
Shai Care?
Oh,
Astaghfirullah,
man.
brothers.
Yeah.
That's why you're losing those donors.
Wow.
I don't know what I did. I respond to them or not?
I hope you
I've changed
didn't.
a lot.
Because
I hope you didn't respond to
if
those.
if I was this upset, I hope
I-
you didn't see that comment.
Man, I've changed a lot.
For
I
the
don't.
better.
I don't let a lot of things bother me now. Even
Yeah.
Islamically, when I started this, people also said, "Oh, why don't you just feed Muslims?" And what you're doing is this and that. And I said, "Look, you guys, you do you. I'm gonna do me.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm gonna just keep at it. You can. I still have people making comments to me every week. I'll get a comment about something, and the thing with me now is I've learned
Not to care too much about it.
yeah, try to.
Yeah.
I'm 95% good. That 5% in me, most people who remember me from the past and all that too. I can, I can get mad and very temperable.
From your AVCS days?
No. Before that,
No,
I think
so-
Danish knows me from the past. I think a little bit.
So
you know?
check this out. As far as like you setting out like a whole bunch of food and like, I've always wondered about this. Have you ever faced any safety issues or concerns of?
Yeah. In the beginning, yeah, we've had some, yeah, because you're going down a block and imagine you're going to an area. First of all, you're going to an area, you guys, that normally people don't go to.
Yeah.
Okay, and alhamdulillah, now we take kids because we're very confident and people know the Shai Care logo and the people respect us. Even the people on the streets respect us. But in the beginning, when me and Asif are driving around his Honda Accord and my, Armada or whatever cars we were in, and we just have a little magnet on there that says Shai Care, and you pull up and all the drug dealers and all this stuff, you have to remember, they're controlling their blocks.
Yeah, that's what I was
And
asking.
now we've come and we've ruined their day.
You're passing out new types of drugs
Exactly.
now.
Yeah. So the people, they don't have to work for them. We just gave them $100 or $200 worth of stuff. Gave them a blanket, underwear, food, hygiene, all the stuff that they have to work all day and forcefully. And now we just came and we messed up their rhythm. So in the beginning, oh yeah, it was bad. There's times where I've had a gun pulled on me from someone that we're going on the
They
wrong
wanted
block.
an extra
This is
meal?
before. I don't want to scare anyone before. This is in the beginning.
No.
When we didn't even have the Sprinter van and all that stuff.
That's what I was asking because when you go
Because they
there,
pull up.
they have their operations. Everything that you do
Yes.
there, you're messing with
And
their
they're like, "Who's
operations.
this? Who are you?
Yeah.
Who are you?" And
So how do you handle that? What happened?
You gave him an extra meal?
Oh, I like that smile. What was that smile? That was a pretty interesting smile.
I have my own past, that side of me came out, the thug side, So you guys have to remember that, alhamdulillah, I've changed a lot, but that side that's the Bensonville, side,
So do you have to sometimes, do some of your guys just like have security with you sometimes or conceal and carry just for safety?
No, alhamdulillah, not on the Shai Care.
Got it.
Shai Care Med, yes, we're doing security with Shai Care Med.
Got it.
Because we just launched medical.
Well,
That's even more dangerous sometimes, right?
Before we get into med, so let me ask you a question about the Shai Care, right? So you've been around for about 5 years now.
Yeah, officially.
You said you're serving about what 2 to 2,500 meals,
2,000 to 3,000 meals.
2 to 3,000
depending,
meals
yeah.
a week, right?
A week, yeah.
Which tells me that there's, the need is immense out there in the community.
Absolutely
Now,
huge.
Clearly, you've created waves in the city.
We've created waves.
Well, your when I say you,
Yeah.
your Shai Care, I'm talking about
Organization, yeah.
the organization have created waves in the city. Now, has there been any reaction from the people in charge of the city?
Yeah.
Positive, negative, pushback, or
Both.
support, or how has that played out for you?
It's very tough, man. I don't play politics. First of all, everyone who knows me knows I don't play politics in anything. I don't care if it's in our own masajids or on the streets. I don't play this. The mayor has been very supportive, but and I'm still. This is gonna go into deep. This podcast can be like 4 hours, man. We were promised, grants and I really wanted to build a shelter,
From the city.
From the city and help from the city, and they've been very supportive. So I don't want to take that away on them, but there just hasn't been that movement, right? If Amazon can buy a warehouse for $1, they should give us a property for $1 and let me build the best state-of-the-art homeless shelter. But this goes back to our community too. But anyways, support-wise, I think the city's been supporting us. In the beginning, they're just like, what the hell's going on, right?
Who are you guys?
Yeah, the cops would tell me, like, you can't drive down Michigan Avenue like that. And be like, okay, then you better... it's this podcast, so I got to keep...
You better take care
different words, but I tell the cop to get up and why don't you drive this damn van, And why don't you start serving people? You just sitting there, And again, that's not all cops.
He's doing the protect part of the
he was, he took it so offensive. And I've been into many fights with cops, actually, as well. But there's also so many cops that come up to us. So the answer is very tough.
Why are they upset, though?
I don't know.
Are you creating a traffic jam? Or
maybe.
What?
Maybe. But, I mean, yeah. Actually, you know what? Maybe. Because when I don't... The world is oblivious to the mission. You guys have to understand that. When I'm out there, Asif's out there, anyone's out there driving... Miraj, Bashir, Alhamdulillah, Faraz, all any of these guys, man, mashallah. The thing is, you guys, if I see somebody, I'm gonna stop. We're gonna stop and serve them.
Also, quick tangent.
Yeah.
You'll be driving, you have a certain route, but you'll see somebody homeless, and you just go and stop the whole van to give them food and then continue.
We have a route, but that's the route. Our policy from the get-go is we stop. If you even have a hunch, it's okay to someone just laugh at. I've had this before where I'll stop and say, "Hey man, you need a meal," and they'll be like, "You think I'm homeless?" I'm like, "Well,
kind of look like
and then they get mad at us, and I said, it's okay for someone to get mad at us trying to feed somebody. Yeah. It's better for you to ask than not to ask.
Yes,
right.
If you see something, say something. That's their policy.
Yeah, try it. It's okay. What is someone gonna do? Someone's gonna talk crap to you?
That's a beautiful thing.
So we stop. Anytime, especially when we have a route, we'll always see some random person on the street, and we'll stop and we'll serve them.
MashaAllah.
So, but the pushback you were getting, was about what?
Multiple things. Well, one was possibly the traffic where we stop and we serve someone and we're blocking something for, God knows, 30 seconds, 1 minute. The other pushback was sometimes feeding people. Where there's people who live around that area and like, oh, you're feeding these people and this and that, or business owners, or I remember there's this one place where there was businesses and there's train tracks, and what some of the community members did, and I don't know if it's community members, but I'm just talking about the people who live there, okay? They had poked holes so the water falls down on their encampments because they live below the train tracks, and they purposely did that so they can flood the people who are sleeping there, so they get up and leave. And you guys, because the guy came out and he explained it to me, because their property values were going down.
But the second part of my question, I don't know if you would know the answer to this or not. The reason I asked is because clearly this is an issue, right?
Yeah.
And what you're doing, you're addressing the immediate need of the people that are in need, homeless, right?
Yeah.
But ultimately, it falls on the city and the leadership to address this
their
need,
responsibility,
right?
so
to have a long-term solution.
I get it.
But hold on.
Yeah.
Have they had that conversation with you, or
they've
they try to involve you in that? I'm not saying you have the solution, right? You're doing what you see a problem, you're addressing it, right?
Alhamdulillah, I think we do have the solution too. To be honest, we don't have the money, we don't have the funds, and but
So
the support's there, but it's not really there. It's like
Support is in words right now.
and it's still in words. And for me, I'm more of like, I need to keep on going. Otherwise, if I listen to the rules and follow the rules, we wouldn't be here today.
all right, Farhan, let's just say you're the mayor of Chicago. Tomorrow you get elected. What would solve this problem?
I mean, I have a whole notebook on this, so it's going to be really tough for me to dive into this. But really, mental health is number one. There's healthcare too.
Yeah.
So you guys have to realize there's a huge misconception. There's this waswas that's going around, and it's been going around. This waswas that people know things about homelessness or whatever, right? There's people who have cancer. There's people who have other medical problems, right? They're not just alcoholics. And I tell people, for them, alcohol and heroin and crack is the drug that's soothing their pain for that time, because it's $5, $10, because no one can get up and help them. Who the hell is helping them, right? So of course they're going to result to that. But the answer is healthcare, right? Mental help as well. That's huge, right? We have a lot of veterans who come back that, alhamdulillah, we support too, and we change their ways, and they see a nice Muslim face. And I've had people come to me and say, like, but I've done this and I've done that. I'm like, I'm just here to help. But they come back and they have mental trauma, PTSD and all this stuff like that too. So mental health, healthcare, but ultimately a facility that, alhamdulillah, I can share with you guys some other time, but it's a facility, a state-of-the-art facility that can house them, feed them, give them training, give them opportunities, show them what benefits they have and what other community benefits there are with other great organizations, right? They can help out. Because it's not just Shy Care. There, like I said, I mentioned ICNA Relief, right? And I mentioned there's so many other great organizations, you know.
And they all just need to be utilized with that same goal.
Yeah,
Everyone's
exactly.
doing their own thing.
So my goal was, if inshallah, if we have a shelter, all these organizations, they don't go anywhere. They come in and they provide their service within that facility. There's thousands of great organizations, guys. They just have to come together. We got to be the nucleus, and you got to bring it together. You know.
One of the things you mentioned from the time that you started and throughout is Muslims asking you or questioning you, or telling you, like, are you feeding Muslims, or what are you gonna do with $10? And they laughed in your face and those types of things. And this is not just with you. I think it's with most of the someone wants to do positive. It's usually your people are the first one to try to bring you down when they themselves are not doing anything. But that's besides the point. My question to you is, in the 5 years that you've been doing this, you addressed mental health issues and different types of issues. Have you run into any Muslims that are on the streets? Because Muslims tend to seem or believe that we're immune from this.
All the time. That's not even all the time. I have a Palestinian brother who's been sleeping in one of the shelters, who's got one leg. We even shared a video in it just to see how people react. And the Palestinian brother who I don't know right now. I don't remember all his symptoms and problems, but he's been at this shelter. He's forced to eat pork because sometimes they don't have food, and we only come once a week at that shelter. And he tells me, he cries to me, you guys. He cries to me and he tells me all these stories, and he prays for us all the time. Come take me. And I said, our community, our ummah is not ready for this, man. And this is part of my plan for next year, but I'll tell you guys that later. But we have failed. No matter what anyone says, we have failed. We have so many Muslims on the street. Number one, we failed on that part, the miskin and yatim. We failed that message, and I can challenge anybody. I think I have the most experience. I'm humble, but I do believe I have the most experience in the Chicagoland area for the topic of miskin and yatim and fuqara.
But some may disagree with you on that. Some may say that, well, we were busy establishing ourselves in the past few years.
Oh, yeah, building a $20 million masjid, right? And busy doing that.
It needs to have the chandelier.
Yeah, and we
But we ran out of money for AV though.
Yeah, yeah. So you guys, just first of all, let me answer you. So yes, there are so many Muslims on the streets, and besides that, there's so many insan on the streets, right? There's so many people who just want help. There's so many opportunities for dawah on the streets. People who are willing to change their lives. People who are looking for a miracle. People who are looking for you to come to the streets. Simple. You know, I live my service life like Jummah, and the people who believe in the rule of 2 Jummahs, right? You might think you have to go pray, but you forgot the service, and you might think, okay, man, I'm a good Muslim, and I challenge people of saying, what did you do in the week from Jummah to Jummah? Who did you serve? Ask yourself that question. We cannot just keep on talking about Abu Bakr and this and that and that. What did you do from this Jummah to that Jummah? Who did you serve? That's it. Ask yourself that question.
Life of service. Out of all, before we get into the medical aspect of Shaikir, out of the 5 years of experience that you have, extensive that you have, what is the most memorable incident that you have that kind of not just pushes you, but you just probably, it's never going to leave you from all the years that you've been working?
Positive or negative?
Anything. The most memorable thing that you have. Something that you can't forget. Something that's probably just...
There's so many, but I'll tell you.
Give
guys.
us both.
Give us both.
Start with the negative and end with the positive.
I don't know.
You're being picky, okay?
Yeah, the positive stuff I'll leave out, but man, the negative stuff is, man, pulling up to a tent where you normally give food, and the person doesn't answer. You open up the tent, and they're lying there dead.
And you guys discover this sometimes?
Yeah.
Dang.
And we had to call 311, get the body out. You know, just imagine going to a person every week and you're seeing them smile, talk to them, and then this happened multiple times, you guys. It's not just once. It's not just one story. There's another husband and wife. During COVID, we used to see them. Such a great person, man. One day, I get out and I go to his tent, and this is right off the highway, and he didn't respond. He's always there. So I go, and he's got a shopping cart. So I put the food on the shopping cart, and I see him just laying there backwards, and I tap on him, and I said, "Yo," and I'm not gonna tell you his name, and I tap on him again, and then I realize he's dead, and then another guy comes to me and said, "Oh yeah, he's been dead for 5 days." And I said, "He's been dead for 5 days, and he's just laying there." You know, he's like, "Yeah, man, I was too scared to tell anybody, because you know, you have to remember the homeless community. Some of them are scared as well, right? And they have these other things in their head, right? Or they've been through something, right? And yeah, he was dead, and it's crazy because, yeah, it's crazy, man. You see that, and for instance, there's so many stories. There's another story where I was out, and I was actually with some kids, and it was winter, and I woke this guy up to make sure he's not dead, and the guy gets up, and he gives me his hand. He gives me his hand to pick him up, and next thing you know it, his hand is in my hand. He had frostbite. His whole hand fell off, and it's in my hand. And he just turns to me and says, "That's my hand." He's like, and then he smiled. He's like, "I knew it had frostbite. Wasn't bleeding, wasn't anything. It's just weird. His hand was in my hand." And I lost my mind. And I told the kids were just about to come too, and I had lost my mind. I'm just sitting there going in circles, like,
Wow.
Crazy stuff, you guys. You have to remember, I mean, these guys deal with everything.
But you see reality, man. You see life on a regular basis. We're in the suburbs. We're sheltered from all of this, man. We don't see any of this. Once in a while, we'll see people on
too. Yeah, but that's more of the melting pot, right?
Yeah.
People go to the city because there's more resources, or there's more people. Hopefully, they find a friend. A lot of them think that way, or they have encampments where they can be with other homeless people, right? And even that's not good, but.
And I'm pretty sure you've seen families, right, of like homeless people, like families of 5 or 6.
Babies. I've seen a woman give birth and come back walks back. A homeless woman gives birth and walks back to her tent in Humboldt Park, and she's sitting there asking for, the wound packages things and all this stuff, because she had just given up baby in the morning.
Wow.
And she walked back because the hospitals wouldn't. She said the hospital wouldn't keep her there, but she walked from the hospital. Imagine telling a lady, a woman, this: you gave birth, and now she walked back miles to her tent.
That's crazy.
And she had to give her baby up. Obviously, she chose to give her baby up. And I saw her that day, and she just sitting there crying. And the reason why I went to her was she didn't come out to get food. She just asked for me to bring it to her, because we park our vehicle on that route, and it was very close. And I came by and gave her a cut, and all she was doing, she was crying because she had to give up her child. She wasn't even crying about what she went through. She was crying about giving up her child.
Do you guys ever have to go to like Inglewood or like Garfield Park?
Yeah.
Well,
Lawndale. We have a warming center in Lawndale with field movement every Wednesday. That's Lawndale, and we have all these everywhere.
Which is probably one of the most Lawndale, Inglewood, probably one of the most dangerous areas in Chicago.
Not bad.
It's not.
No. Englewood's not bad. Old Block's not bad. All these places people say they're not bad. I would say Garfield Park can get bad. But honestly, I the good thing is, I think we have a lot of respect.
Street
we have
cred.
a lot of street cred.
It's all street
a lot
cred,
of street
yeah.
cred, man. We have a lot of street cred, man. We're just what's it? All great.
You're showing up all the time. You're showing up all the time. They know who you
the
are.
The whole team,
You mean
alhamdulillah,
good?
they show up everywhere.
Yeah.
They do. Everyone's somewhere, somewhere all the time. Every Thursday night, we're in Forest Park on the Blue Line. Every Thursday night for 3 years. Pretty much, and all the homeless people, they ride the trains, and they know that Shy Care is there, and they're gonna get a meal, so they all when they're on the trains, they get off the train, they come to Forest Park Blue Line every Thursday night, and they gotta grab a meal. There's a line out there. There's a line of people. We feed about 250 people out there
By the Blue Line.
just from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m.
Wow.
Boom, 250 people.
But look, listening to these stories, tell us, the reality on the ground that many people may not know or choose not to know about it.
Yeah.
It does have an impact on you, but it also, I think that's one of those things that keeps you motivated and keeps you going as well.
Yeah.
But now,
Absolutely.
one of the most recent things that we're seeing now is ICE being in town. Has that impacted any of what you're doing, or
Absolutely. Yeah.
ICE.
how has that been for you? For those who don't know ICE, what is ICE? I don't know.
What's the acronym again for ICE?
Immigrations and Custom Enforcement.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I actually deal with ICE. A lot of things that come across are when this was activated. One of the main things was that they wanted to get involved with this whole homelessness thing. I don't know if you guys remember that. Do you guys remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Homelessness was a topic, right? This was actually one of the first topics before immigration, right? So they wanted to clean up the streets and all this stuff. So you have to remember that's activated with this. What you see are people who are getting detained and all this stuff, right? And it's horrible, all the stuff that's happening. But their intentions are, their easy targets are encampments. They just show up to encampments. So I was on vacation. I actually took a vacation 3 weeks ago, and my wife had sorry, you guys.
You went on vacation for 3 weeks. 3 weeks ago.
Yeah,
And your wife.
my wife had booked this vacation a year in advance. So because she just found
you
the
had a
deal.
year notice.
Yeah, so that's why this is going back to my wife, man. Shout out to my wife. I know she's got to deal with a lot with me as well. So she booked this thing, and we're in Dominican, and she already knows. She said no phones, and she knows it's not going to be true, whatever, right? Come on, you guys. It's tough. I get a call from state representatives. Start getting calls that ICE is here and this is what they're doing, and they've destroyed encampment, burned it, and destroyed all the tents and took all the belongings and destroyed people's things, just this aggressiveness, right? And I'm sitting there thinking, oh man, what do we do? And then I start making calls to my team, and alhamdulillah, she's just like, hey, what she says, she's a state representative too, and great people, by the way. She's like, Brother Farhan, you're the only organization I know I can turn to in this type of situation. And Shaikir, alhamdulillah, has been there. The team's been there. So we went and said, okay, how many tents do we have in stock? Okay, we don't have enough. Let's go get more tents. Okay, let's get them food. Let's get them clothes. All the people. And it took a little while because the response it took us a couple hours. But alhamdulillah,
that's still not bad.
We were still supposed to save. We saved at least 20 people out of the 50 that were just attacked that one night. And they had nowhere to sleep. And you have to mind you too that the shelters are getting packed, right? So a lot of people who are sleeping out in tents, they can't get to a shelter, or they might have a pet, or they might have a problem, or they might have something else too, right? It's not like they choose to just be outside. This is another misconception as well. A lot of shelters are packed, or they have rules. So,
but why is ICE going after encampments? Like, are they expecting illegals to be there, or?
This is where I started with. So before this deployment, there was. You remember he said they want to clean up homelessness and all that stuff. This is all before, you guys. This is already the plan. Like, let's clean up our streets, and that's what they think is they're going to clean up the streets and start with homelessness and people who are undocumented or whatever.
Well, right? Homeless people wouldn't have proof of residency either.
Of course not.
So you can pad your numbers with homeless people, sending them back to El Salvador in that prison.
Yeah,
you can have like American citizens who just don't have their papers and their life is a mess.
Yeah.
And you can just say, hey, look.
Exactly.
We took it's about the numbers. We took this many off the streets. Right?
I've experienced so many things. There's so many people who are homeless. Do you guys know how tough it is to get a Illinois state card or driver's license?
Oh yeah.
Right. Give your utility bill and all that stuff. Right. Excuse me. Think about it. What does a homeless person do when they've lost everything?
Yeah.
They don't even have their document. I had one brother. Wallahi, I had this one brother, and he's actually a Muslim brother too. His social security card was torn and ripped apart, and that's why he didn't apply for benefits for years. So I was able to join it, put it together, make a photocopy of it, and then I went to the social security office. We got a new one, and alhamdulillah, today he has housing, right? But for years he had a ripped up, watered down social security card.
That's the only thing that was holding him back.
That's the only thing I was holding him back.
Wow.
Oh my God.
This is crazy, guys.
That is, man.
This is a true story. This is my story telling you guys. This is a true story. This is not something that I heard or something like. This is a true story, guys.
Dang.
And I still talk to the brother. I just talked to the brother last week, and alhamdulillah, he's doing good.
But as you're saying, you're on vacation, you get this call. Is your vacation still going on, or?
Yeah, vacation's still going on. Just sitting poolside, trying to put a smile on my face, and
While making some calls.
And you have to remember, I have to maintain composure too, because I'm not trying to ruin my wife's and my kids' vacation and the other people we're with. I'm not gonna sit there and bring up my story to them.
Yeah.
But alhamdulillah, it worked out. We were able to fulfill the needs, and this happens, and I can continue to keep on getting some side calls, and we just got to deal with it, right? We just do what you got to do.
Yeah.
That's it. And I'm gonna do what
for
I
some
can
people
do.
no phone policy doesn't work, man. You can try,
It's very tough
for the first 15 minutes,
yeah, I'm definitely not. I'm not the guy who's on TikTok and whatever other people. I don't even have the app.
Good.
All,
yeah,
but
you don't need it, man.
I don't have time to swipe and all that stuff. As much as I want to see what's going on in the world and what trends people are talking about. I just see it.
Yeah, that stuff is insignificant compared to the work you guys are doing, you and your team. And one thing I like about you, man, mashallah, they have your team has a good leader, man, because you're I could see that you wince a little bit. You feel uncomfortable when people talk about you and they don't mention your team, and that's a really awesome quality to have.
No,
they're good. I think your team knows it, man. I think they know it.
They do awesome, man. They do a lot of work, especially like I said, man. The last year's been amazing, man. You know, Ali, Arham, all these guys, man. They've pulled up. Cindy has been with us from the beginning. She does events. There's a lot of stress, you guys. There's so many things involved, right? We have a treasurer, Oliver. He does finance stuff, and you know, Faraz is on the back end doing stuff. He's cooking a lot for people. Bashir's there all the time. You ask him a question. If I send him a message right now, in 2 minutes he's gonna reply back. You know, Miraj he's a guy who'll show up sometimes when I'm in the shop and say, hey man, it's really cold outside, I'm just gonna make up my own route. All these people are gem, man. You know, I was just like, I want to go out. It's a blessing. Whole team, every person involved, even our drivers. You know, Adam's out there driving. Everyone's changing their life. Whether it's fast or slow, they're changing their life.
And a lot of these brothers and sisters, I'm pretty sure, have full-time jobs and stuff too, just like you.
Everyone does. Yeah, everyone does. This is nobody's full-time job. I want it to be, but we're not there yet. I can't quit my other jobs. If I can secure it, wallahi I would, but it takes so much convincing. I see these other organizations have millions of dollars. We don't have that, you guys. We don't have that.
What about your volunteers? How's life changed for them since they started? Like,
alhamdulillah.
How have they told you, like, hey Farhan, you know, when I first started this, I was in this spot, and now I feel like I'm in this other spot. Like,
so it depends on what aspect you're volunteering, because this is very draining. This is, like I told you guys, this is not a one-day thing or this and that. This is 27, let's say 27. That's how much these conversations are going on. If I open up my phone right now, I guarantee you I probably missed about a couple hundred messages. It's depends on what team you're on. If it's a volunteer for just distribution, it's definitely life-changing, man. I've taken out so many people. I've taken out doctors who just come back and cry. I've taken out drug dealers, to be honest, and told them, look at where your product ends up. And wallahi, I've had that person sit there and cry in the back of a Shiker van. Wallahi.
Wow, that's a great tactic.
Yeah, and that person, you know, I don't know if they still do that, but I know they don't do in those areas. But these are the changes, you guys. I'm willing, me and the team are willing to change lives, man. It don't matter who you are or what. We want the awareness out there. We want the perspective and positivity to be changed. You know, we want people to show, like, hey, man, go out there, bring confidence. This is why we are the only organization that allows kids. You know what our policy is, you guys? People ask me, like, how old could they be? Like 12, 16? I said, no, as long as they're potty trained and you bring your kids out, they can come out.
I don't know.
As long as they're potty trained. What organization nationally is going to give you that?
That's legit. So this new layer now, when did can you tell us a little bit about Shiker Medical?
Yeah, alhamdulillah. Arham and Ali and Mr. Marwa, Dr. Majid, all these guys are running it. I just put the team together. Alhamdulillah, we were blessed with a great donor. Shout out to Dr. Sajid. He's the one. He wanted to start this program, and basically he had donated. I had this vision of starting Shiker Med from maybe two years ago, and
from seeing all the medical conditions that you guys are serving.
Yeah, and I always knew I wanted to do medical, and also the shelter, right? That's the ultimate plan, is to have Shiker Med, and then Shiker Shelter, inshallah. But the medical aspect of it, yeah, absolutely, man. We want to make sure we provide some service. But basically, I just had put together a team and said, look, this is what we're trying to focus on, and provide medical services, wound care, you know, all the stuff. And to be honest, ever since I put the team together, I'm blown away, man. They've worked amongst themselves, because I've been very busy on different things. They knocked it out of the park, man. They get all the credit. They're running the show.
So is it a physical location, or is it a mobile?
Shiker Med, the concept of it is mobile, man. It's just like, imagine who are the best of people. You go to them. Go to the people who need the service.
Yeah.
So it's a mobile medical unit that goes to these encampments and sites like that, provides service there. And inshallah, the goal will be is even all those John Does, maybe we start our own thing and call them Yusuf Islams or something like that, and that'll be our John Does, and give them an ID or a QR code, inshallah, in the future, so they can have a medical record. Maybe the guy who's taking heroin or something like that will get off it when we can give them prescription drugs, or fix them. You guys have to remember that. Like, again, they don't have access to regular medical stuff. So if somebody's gonna knock on your tent and say, "Hey, I got this baggie, your pain will go away for $5 for the crappiest fentanyl bag that you can buy." So if Shaikir Med comes in place, it's that plus it's dawah, right, in its essence as well. Plus it's doing the right thing, man.
Yeah,
providing, and inshallah, our goal is also to provide the pharmaceuticals that go with their medication. This is something that I'm working on the back end on as well, and the team is as well. But we would like to not just treat somebody, but provide them the pharmaceuticals too.
So with the pharmaceuticals, so there's two questions I have. So number one, are the majority of people that you're treating when you go out with the Shaikir Medical, is it just wound care type stuff, or
it's screening, it's wound care. Just before I came here right now, I'm not a part of the team much that goes out, but we're doing wound care, we're doing screening, we're doing testing, checkups, basic medical checkups right now.
Dental stuff probably too, right? You guys have dental stuff?
No, not yet.
Or just you probably see some wounds in the mouth and stuff.
Yeah, that's dental. Inshallah, is there's a plan for dental.
That's legit.
I've already talked to a bunch of dentists that I want. My lectures are very simple to people who are doctors and stuff like that, to just give me a day back a month or something like that. So I'm already talking with amongst our community to find people who are in the dental field, also optometry, podiatry, right?
Wow.
These things are important. Remember,
because people are walking without shoes and stuff too for a long time.
They don't have legs. Some people have legs that are. So we have people who have elephant legs, right? As they say. Some people have, because of frostbite, no toes, this and that. Walking around with a limp. They're walking their whole time, and then the optical side. I want to start that as well, inshallah. So my team's probably, if they hear this, they're gonna be like, "Oh, crap!" But it's gonna come, inshallah, all together. We want to provide the best we can, and really, guys, it's just finding the people like the team, the people who can put in the time and who want to put in the effort. Right?
Got it.
This is not the Farhan show. This is the people. This is everybody coming together, waking up, and doing what they got to do. That's it. If you got a skill, show me what you got. You a doctor? Okay. Give up a day. One thing about this, whatever skill set you have, you can put it to use. Just do something good. Whatever skill set you have, put it to use.
So this mobile unit that you have, right? Is it part of the route? Like, is it part of the food distribution route?
It is actually
separate?
Actually, the cool part is we do food distribution when we do the medical, but it's not just like it's just not a part of the food route. It's backwards. Food's involved with the medical.
Wow, it's like a hospital one-stop shop for these people, man.
Yeah, inshallah.
That's pretty cool.
Inshallah. And again, this just started, and alhamdulillah, Arham has he's been great, and Dr. Majid and Ali, they've really put a lot of effort into this, and he's already secured some grants. He's building great relationships.
MashaAllah.
Because of him and his efforts, we've already man, we're already in the system. We don't even get grants for Shaikir. Okay, we already have grants for medical. Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, it's different too.
Alhamdulillah.
Wow.
But in terms of, like, you're looking for, you said dentist and podiatrist and all those people. Mashallah, I think our community, every household has one of each. Yeah. So how has our community taken this? Do you see the enthusiasm coming from them? Or do you still have people that are questioning what you're doing, or is it a mix of both?
I walk and talk Shaikir every day, and I probably talk to bunch of people every day, and especially when I talk to doctors. The enthusiasm's there, my friend. The fire's lit, but it's not moving because maybe the platform's just not there. It's really like, let's say you want to volunteer. How easy is it for me to volunteer? And I think that's what we're working on right now. We're trying to make things easier for people to come out and volunteer. I think that's how things work. So I think the enthusiasm is definitely there. The platform that we're working on right now just needs a little bit work, but you have to remember this is grassroots, you guys.
Yeah,
this is just visionary stuff, man. We're working on stuff that has not been done, and especially in our community, right? Just like the shelter talk, which we don't have a shelter. I mean, then no one ever talks about that, but we don't have a shelter as Muslims. You know how sad that is.
Yeah,
pathetic.
That's important.
And everyone can take offense to what I said because I truly mean it. It's horrible.
We should feel bad about it.
We don't have a shelter for what you're talking about, but there are other organizations that do have shelters.
Transitional.
For specific
Yeah.
cases. Not what you're talking about.
No, so there's huge difference. So again, I'm a part of ICNA Relief as well. Mashallah, they do amazing. So they have transitional homes, and again, they do amazing. They're you know, what I'm talking about is a shelter, a simple shelter, where you can go or anyone can go, but our standards.
That's beautiful.
See, Catholic Charities, they do. They have all these shelters, right? But there has to be standards. And
Islam has the best standards. Plain.
They do, but
we should have the best shelters too. Then.
Yeah, but where's the ummah?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, if you, to me, if you recite the 9 lines of Surah Al-Ma'un and really understand it, to me that's one of the most frightening surahs. Read the 4th line. It's one of the most frightening things. You know, for me, I take it as Allah's challenging you and saying, "Hey, I asked you to do something, but you come to me and you bow and prostrate to me. But I asked you to do something. Why don't you do that?"
SubhanAllah.
So woe to the people, right?
Yeah.
Woe to the people who come to pray to me, right? Who do not do this work that I've asked you to do.
Allah make everything easy for you guys. You, when you are in the midst of all this, obviously you talked about, the toll that it has on your personal life and life, the toll that it can have with people around you, on the people around you. But in the midst of all of that, it seems like people like yourself who do this, grassroots work, boots on the ground, there's a certain type of sweetness that they taste in this that other people can't. You know what I'm saying? For some people, like for you, 2 hours of sleep, trying to work 2 jobs, doing all this, and from the outside it may seem like, okay, man, this guy, we got to get this guy some help. Yeah. But for you, there's a certain type of sweetness, even in the iman of doing this, that you feel that people are not aware of, right? So do you think you can shed a little bit of light on that? I think it's really important.
Absolutely. First and foremost, man, all blessings to Allah, man. To be in this position, I ask myself all the time, Allah, you've gifted me and everybody on my team something very special.
Allahu Akbar.
And I truly mean it, you guys. I'm a nobody. I'm a guy who does wiring and all this stuff, and I turned into, alhamdulillah, Allah made us one of the largest philanthropists in Chicago, and it's a blessing, So that's first and foremost. The sweetness is, man, you change your life, right? It's a lot of stress and all this stuff. I get it, but you also meet some amazing people who have the same vision, have the same thoughts in their head, and they come from all backgrounds, right? That's one of the best parts, man, is getting to know and hanging out with people who have the same mindset. It's like you go to a masjid and you're at a halaqah and you're like, oh man, I click with this guy, and then you become friends with them, right? It's that feeling, right? That you're in the right group of people. So that starts changing. Yeah. And I thought that, no, it's just the friends that you grew up with, and people used to tell you, those friends that, your old friends, they're going to be your friends from forever. But you can't make new friends like that. That's BS. I've met friends like that now, where I put my life on it, I've met friends like that, you know. I mean, Asif's one of them, Bashir's one of them, Miraj. Like, these guys, like, it's like I can pick him up and talk to him like my brother, you know. It's life-changing, man. It's life-changing, and so that's one sweetness. The other sweetness is knowing that knowing that you live this type of lifestyle, it will keep you a little humble and reserved on things. But it makes you appreciate everything. Sometimes it might be annoying to other people, but it is what it is, man.
Yeah.
You know, if I want to stop, I'll tell you a quick story right now. Today, it's really tough. I was at work. I was running late back from lunch, and I see this one homeless guy, and he's just staring inside of Panda Express. This is just today. And I questioned myself, and I drove, and I took a left turn, and it was hard to get to him, but I took a left turn going back to work, and I'm like, oh man, I got to get back to work. And I said, no, he'll be fine. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. Right? He'll be fine. And I busted a U-turn. Because I said, what if I get questioned on the day of judgment that I sent someone there while you've done everything else, right? But why that day? Why didn't you?
That could have been the ultimate test.
So I turned back around, wallahi, and I tried to pull in, and they're just redoing the road to this plaza, so I couldn't pull in. So I pull up next to him on the road, and I get honked at from the back, and I ask the guy, hey, can I get you a meal? And he's like, yes, 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 you know? His face lit up. He's just leaning on a pole, a light pole. All, you know. And I pull up the car around, and it was so crazy, man. I pull up, and a pace bus shows up, and he's like, I'm sorry, I have to take my bus. And the pace bus driver waited there. Wallahi, this happened today. And I parked my car, and I ran inside the pace bus, and I said, sorry, 1 second. And then there's people honking, and I just give him my card. I said, please call me, and I'll send you money for food. And I'm not telling you the story, you guys, there's no show off or nothing. It's hard to drive away, and it's a problem too. It's a problem too, because every time I drive, I want to help out people. You know, it's a problem too, where I guess it's not good all the time, but I also question myself that what if that happened?
Well, Allah make you from amongst the awliya, man. That's so it seems like to be the sifats from the people who we all aspire to be these type of people, man, you know. And mashallah, Allah chooses those type of people, man. So Allah make us like people like you, man. I mean
yeah, and I've had some really weird instances too, man. Like one more thing, I was and I could tell you a quick story here. I was in Lower Wacker once, and I've never seen this guy, and then I see this guy laying down in Lower Wacker, and I'm driving the Sprinter. I'm not even passing out food. Okay, wallahi, I'm not even passing out food. I'm just driving, and I park the vehicle there, and we're in Lower Wacker, and this young girl goes out to one of our volunteers, feeds this guy, and he's looking, and he's like, hey, he's like, who's that brother there? Who's that brother there? And he's like, I want to talk to him, and he's just laying there. And they said, do you want food? He's like, no, I don't want food. I'm good right now. And I said, hey, what's up, brother? You know, you called me, you know, and I'm just right. If you've been in our Sprinter, you'll see you have to get up and just talk. So he looks at me and he says, Allah is watching you. I didn't even know it was Muslim or anything like that, right? So he just says to me, he says he looks for me, and then he talks to me and says, Allah is watching you. And I had goosebumps on me. I said, okay. He's like, remember, Allah is watching you. He said, keep up the good work. Allah is watching you. I said, brother, can I get you something? And you know, he turns to me and he looks me straight in the eyes, and he says, I'm just a traveler.
Subhanallah.
I won't be here, so I don't need anything, but thank you.
Subhanallah.
Wow. I said, just remember, Allah is watching you. Wallahi, I've never seen that guy before, ever again.
Wow.
So that's that moment I remember. And that moment lives. I didn't mention that earlier, but I just started thinking about things. But that moment lives within me.
Do you know why I asked you? Do you know why I told you this? And I started off with prefacing with quality of life changes for the type of work that people like you and people in humanitarian work do. from the outside, we see something. We're like, man, I don't know if I could do all that. I don't know if I could do this. It seems like a difficult life. My whole family has to change. Everybody around me is inconvenienced and stuff. But there's certain sweetnesses in what we refer to, in the Sharia as Allah gives you futuhat. There's certain openings that He gives you, and certain scenarios and provisions that He gives you that He doesn't give to anybody else. So that's why I asked, and I think that's really important for people to know, because when they see these things, they think of misery. Yeah. They're like, man, I got to go to the hood. I got to do this. But they don't realize that within that misery that you see, and that person is obviously living through misery. That's the test in his life. There's also some sweetness and futuhat that Allah is giving them that He'll not give anybody else. And I think that's why it's a good incentive for people to get involved with work, serving people. And only people who serve people see that too. By the way,
when I started Shai Care, I remember going to my wife and my mother, who was alive at that time, and I put my mom through a lot of stuff when I was young. I was really bad kid. May Allah rest her soul. And I remember telling my mom, and my mom was finally, just the first 3 months, so proud of me. She came to me and said, "I'm proud of you." I said, "Oh, whoa, were you proud of me?" And this lady, she ended up passing away just 3 months after I started Shai Care. And I had to put myself together when she passed, and say, do I stop this? And to tell you guys the truth, no matter what anyone tells you, it's different, man. I still mourn for my mom, to tell you guys the truth. I never had a father or nothing like that, and no brothers and no sisters, so my family, like my mother was everything, man, right?
So it was only you and your mother?
Yeah, just me and my mother.
Subhanallah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I know you for so long, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so, but the reason I'm telling you guys this, that when my mother passed, I had to make a decision on if I can do this or what. And on the third day, I just got up and said, I got to continue. I got to continue and keep moving. And I'll tell you guys something very important. Every situation is different. My mother was a solderer for like a living. So for 25 years, she stood there and she soldered at a factory. And the reason I'm telling you guys this is, take your parents' life and see what sacrifices that they did for you. I'm the walking, talking sadaqah jariyah for my mom.
Allahu Akbar.
And did I let her 25, 30 years of work, standing there, soldering, working, and everyone's got different scenarios, right? Did I make it go to waste? Or at least the good in me? I mean, I'm not perfect. I have a lot of my own nafs, but the good in me, what am I doing with that? Am I Zarina's son? Am I the walking, talking sadaqah jariyah of my community, of my mother, of the people who taught me, of the people who try to give me knowledge? That's it. What were you wasting your time, or you're gonna do good? You have to be that walking, talking sadaqah jariyah. That's it.
Oh man, I knew this was gonna be a dope podcast, man.
Farhan, how do people support you? How can they donate?
They can go to shai-care.org. They can go on the donation page there. They can volunteer there. They can learn more there. They can go on our Instagram, which is Shai, CHI.care, CARE. You guys just, and if anything, if you can't volunteer, you can't donate, just spread the word. Spread the word, man. That's what we're looking for. Spread the word.
You ain't making lots of money off of this, man. People want to know that too. A lot of times, when people are involved in humanitarian work, the first thing Shaitan does was to them. Yeah. You have to let you know. I mean, like, there's a reason why the brother's working 2 jobs.
I've had my best friends question me, but alhamdulillah, they still support.
Alhamdulillah.
But I've had my best friends. And you know what? That was the tough part too. People are like, oh, what are you doing? These write-offs, this and that, this and that. I was like, what are you talking about? I don't know any of that stuff.
That's because they see the corruption around them. There's a lot of people that like corruption around them.
I don't see this any of that stuff. I don't see any financial benefit. Nothing. Wallahi, nothing. All I see is, for me, like, the time I put into things, and going back to wal asr, time is running out. What are you gonna do? That's it.
Oh man,
that's it, brother. Beautiful words to end by. Jazakallah khair. Thank you, Farhan. Thank you, everyone, for listening. We'll see you all next time. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
I want their leader brought here. I want him brought to me. I want the revolution crushed.